What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is rFactor with the World Sports Car 1970s mod, because why not? Actually did a race here last night, and I instantly decided I have got to do something again with this. So much fun. So very, very much fun. We're going to be driving the Lola T70. That's in the Sports 5000 class, same class as the 917K, the big boy cars. That said, at this track, Solitude, these 908s that you see me in and amongst should provide a challenge. And last night when I did a little test race, they definitely did. It was a blast. Fun was definitely had. Because obviously being a 5-liter car, we're going to have a lot of grunt down the straightaway compared to these little lightweight, featherweight cars. But they definitely will eat us up in the corners. This is going to be a 30-minute race against the AI. As usual, we're using no assists other than invincibility, just because the AI is stupid. Although it seems like they actually behave quite nicely at this track with this mod. Just upshift a little bit there to slow myself down to make it through that corner. Here's where that big engine should really claw back a lot of ground. Oh, this crest. Whew. That is intense. Coming up for the hardest braking zone on the circuit. Gotta brake a little bit early. It's very easy to lock up the brakes in this mod. And you really got to make sure they are up to temperature. I think this is one of the very few mods that I actually pay attention to brake temperature, because it does have a big effect. Now we're into the twistier part of the circuit here. These little 3-liter cars should have the advantage. Here's where the AI usually goes stupid. And unfortunately, it seems like there's a bug with the track where the AI tends to fall off. Sometimes. It's kind of unfortunate because it does ruin a great experience otherwise, but especially with this car. I don't know what it is. I never really got into this car when I first started playing this mod. I usually stuck to the 908 because that thing is just amazing to drive, but it's like I can legitimately feel the inside corner, inside front tire lifting through the corner. Took a little bit too much grass there. Can't believe in my time with GPL I never downloaded this track. It's quite a shame. Never knew it was real, and I really don't necessarily care for fictional circuits. So that's that. Just kind of looking for something as an alternative to the ubiquitous, yeah, I just totally like mispronounced that. Gotta drive, man. You know, Spa and Nürburgring combinations that, you know, obviously these cars are so well suited for. That big iron do some work. Ooh. I can only imagine what it'd be like to be driving one of these things, pouring rain, Le Mans, going through the kink, over the crest. That is not clinically healthy at all. Then again, I think pretty much everyone here would agree that if they were offered the chance, even though that does sound absolutely stupid, they would do it, if only once. Because I know I sure would. Hold on, little AI buddy. Nope. There's a tire. Some AI being stupid, I guess. You know, for some reason, even though I know I can get away with it, I still drive in, well, speak of the devil. Still like to drive in a somewhat realistic manner as to what you do in these cars in the real world. I could certainly brake later if I wanted to, but you know, you gotta remember, in the real world, these cars were very fragile. So, you know, even though the rFactor tachometer is telling me, you know, oh hey, I can shift 1,000 RPM later, in the real world they wouldn't be, you know, pushing it all the way lap after lap, because the engine just would not last at all. If I can just get through this corner with him still behind me, we should be good. Now we should rocket off into the sunset here. At least that's the goal. I just wish this mod had a little bit of better graphical quality and sound quality, because these cars definitely deserve it. Fortunately, though, I believe that this car in particular, the T70, should be making its way to rFactor out, or rFactor 2 at some point from ISI. But we'll see how that turns out. See if we can get that position back. This is obviously where he's going to have the advantage. It's a very expensive car parked down there. Let's use a little bit more torque through here. This track is just so much fun though in these cars. Looks like we've caught the car in front of us. These cars are just so flickable, so slidable. I really do think this is one of the best mods in terms of physics for classic sports cars and the like. I mean, we've all known for a very long time that, you know, Grand Prix Legends, which kind of kick-started the whole historic, you know, racing from the 60s and everything in terms of sim racing. Oh, that's no good for the gearbox. Pretty much everybody's knowing that, you know, Grand Prix Legends had no grip at all. You know, even though, you know, yes, the cars back then had rocks for tires and everything. I mean, it was still more grip than what we had then, which definitely isn't unbelievable or anything, and I don't know why anybody would doubt that. I mean, Grand Prix Legends was a freaking death trap. I mean, just add, you know, what, 100 gallons of gasoline or so? And yeah, nobody would survive ever. I mean, honestly, they wouldn't. But, you know, this feels like it's got that lack of grip that you would get with a car, you know, with tires that are absolutely, you know, terrible. But at the same time, you know, it feels like there's actually grip there. I was doing a race with the Alfa Romeo, actually the car that you see right in front of me right now. And, you know, you loosen up the differential a little bit, use a little bit less locking in there, and the car will slide along nicely. It is just a glorious drive. Just a great rhythm through here. A little bit of left foot, right foot braking, whatever will get us through the corner. It's kind of strange. In a modern car, I would never even consider, you know, right foot braking, you know, if it had a sequential transmission or anything like that. It just feels really awkward and really unnatural. But when obviously you got a classic car here, got to operate the clutch pedal as well, and it just flows very naturally. Just don't even need to think about it, even though that's number 2, I believe. Even though if I wasn't having to use that clutch pedal, this would be very foreign and awkward. Not sure what the differential in speeds per lap time should be for a car like this versus the prototypes. Obviously, you know, the 917 is, you know, clearly faster, as well as the Ferrari that I totally can't remember the name of. But, you know, for obviously the T70, it's not even on the same planet, really. I mean, it's like the GT40. You know, then again, by 1970, the GT40 was completely obsolete, absolute garbage. You know, even by 1969, it should not have won that race. But, you know, hey, that's how things work. Look at everything fly by. Just love this corner when you get it right. Something to be said about long braking distances in cars like these that it just feels so right. You know, it really does transport you to a whole nother time. Or, you know, I mean, I quite clearly was not alive to experience this era of racing, but it's always been, you know, interesting to me because there are so many different options, and, you know, it's just an entirely different time period. You know, I guess you could say, obviously, when racing was pure and everything, but, I mean, I think that's kind of overstretching it a little bit. I mean, not that that's entirely wrong at all. I mean, Colin Chapman and Lotus changed everything when they allowed the Gold Leaf to sponsor their car. That's for darn sure. Looks like these guys are having a battle here, and that 908's gone up the road even further. Really need to go deeper into that corner. Looks like we're running in 7th place. And we got 11 minutes left, 12 minutes. That was embarrassing. That's very embarrassing. Just kind of lost concentration there for a moment. We not only went off the road, we got our shifting wrong, which is just as bad. Try 4 through here. I think that might be a little bit faster overall. You know, obviously with these older style transmissions that you have to do things manually, shifting isn't exactly fast like it is today, where you know, you can go through every corner exactly in the optimal gear. I gotta say, it really is pretty impressive that the AI actually works in this mod as well as it does. It's not very often I say anything good about rFactor AI. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Of course, as soon as I say something nice about them, they do something incredibly stupid. That guy's still trying to get out of that hole. You know, maybe that's why I didn't know this track was real, because everybody who raced there fell into that hole and died. I think that might be an accurate assessment. Should have downshifted a lot earlier. Just trying to use more of that torque. Make sure we go in deeper this time. I will say though that this mod has made me download about 15 hill climb tracks, including, well, this track isn't really a hill climb, but it's a track that pretty much everybody has, but I never got around to installing. Some might say that's sacrilegious, especially given how much I enjoy these cars, but Targa Florio. Maybe you'll be seeing that around here sometime soon. Sounds like fun. Although in my defense, the idea of a 40-mile long circuit just does not appeal to my racing sense. Oh god, no trees. We're good. I mean, there comes a point which the circuit is just literally too big. I mean, it's like the Nürburgring is more than big enough. At least here in, you know, rFactor, where you can't really do monstrous grids, you know, like you can in real life, where, you know, the VLN, for example, might have, you know, what, 103 car grid, something like that. Absolutely massive, but here it doesn't work quite like that, or at least as well. I could literally drive this car all day. This car, this track. Yes, please. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Catch this alpha up. And not get past ourselves. Definitely feel that the dynamics of the car changes as the fuel load burns off. Got 4 minutes left. Run away, 908. Distracted me. I need to be one gear lower. I don't have the time to shift. I don't know what it is about that corner, but the car really likes to get sideways through there. No! That was embarrassing. That was terrible. You almost had it too. It's really gonna hurt because I was obviously running out of laps. Let's look at how much faster those guys can go through the corners. Granted, this car isn't exactly the fastest in the mod, but this is a fun little difference. Kind of reminds me of when P2 cars usually actually have the chance of overall victories in modern sports car racing. Oh, this guy is about to get blitzkrieged and he doesn't even know it's about to happen. Just asserting my dominance. And those little 908s though definitely are good on braking. Hopefully we get another lap. See if I can do anything with it if we do. But I think the car in front of us is a good way up the road. Although you never know with the AI through that corner. Sure enough. Car do its thing, let it work a little bit. And we are going to indeed have one more lap left. Well, I think, interestingly enough, this is the same car that we were behind. Although I think he slowed down because of the fact he fell in the giant sinkhole over there in that corner. Really aggressive now. Ah! Not like we have any time left. Really don't have any choice but to kind of go crazy. So hopefully that V8 power is going to claw back a lot of ground. Just trying to go flat through there. And then I decided I am a chicken. Going as deep as possible there. Looks like we got traffic. This will be interesting. Actually, it won't be because rFactor AI is stupid. Well, maybe it will be. Shortcut. Car's definitely a lot more oversteery now. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that yellow flag. I was already in the process of passing. Well, that should just about do it, providing we can make it through this last corner. Which, of course, we will. There's checkered flag. We're 7 seconds off the pace of the 917s. These cars are just brutally fast. It's not as fun, though. Well, they're as fun, but they're not the same kind of fun. Less challenging. They're just too good. But that's that. Pretty fun race, except for that stupid little spin. But well, that's how things go. We still managed to find a couple of cars to race against. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, let me know if you guys would like to see me attempt to make one lap around Targa Florio, which would take like 40 minutes anyways. So I've never actually driven there. Maybe I should do like a first lap attempt. See how long that lasts. Hope you guys enjoyed that bit of sideways shenanigans, as well as Pedalcam. And yes, I am wearing 2 different socks, and yes, I know that. Bye.